Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
I must have rehearsed my lines 1,000 times until I had them memorized. But when I get up the nerve to tell you the words, just never seem to come out right.
If only you knew how much I do to love you. Shut up! You. Oh, if only you knew how much I do to need you. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Take it.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha, oh ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha ha ha, say whoa ha ha, whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha.
Never been done.
Whoa ha ha.
Never been done.
Oh, yeah. So much love. How much I do, baby.
What's going on?
Oh, welcome back to Jaden XD is the blackest show about nothing. Ooh. Ooh. And what a show it is
I
about.
mean,
Absolutely.
today on Today. Shit, nigga.
My goodness. Yes, welcome back to the blackest show about nothing. How you is, how you be.
Oh, you know I'm great. I'm wonderful. I am, I get high, I get high, I get high, I get high. But what's new but like extra right now?
Yeah.
It's been, you know what? The listeners are going to think I have a problem. Let me actually, because I was a little drunk and extra high on getting grub this week. So, just a little drunk, just a little bit. I just brought back, like, me and Tristan brought back all these growlers and all these cans of this delicious cider from when we went upstate last week, but we'll talk about that later. So, I've been drinking these ciders like apple juice, and nigga, let me just tell you. Your girl's been getting buzzed.
Them hard ciders are, you know, they get you together. I also see why these folks, I had a sip. First of all, I think it was so stupid. I have to eat crow. Let me start there. So, you know, I went over to my best friends, Kyle and Oliver's house, and his husband Oliver.
Yeah.
We went over there. I went over there to watch the Versus, and they had the White Claw. Now I've seen, the ladies and the theydies with the White Claws, and I was like, that just gives me Zima tea. So I was like, okay. I had a sip. I see why the girls like it. It's low-cal fun.
Low calorie never tastes good though. So I
don't know, because vegetables low calorie, it's good.
Well, that's different. That's natural.
Oh, but yeah, after that,
I'm talking about shit that's labeled low calories. Never really good.
Yeah, not all the time.
It's always lacking.
But yeah, but because I don't drink anymore. But I was just like, I see why you girls. It's like them skinny margaritas that Bethany Frankel was pushing.
A margarita should not be skinny. It shouldn't. No flaco. I don't want no skinny.
My thing is,
margaritas.
if you're drinking alcohol, then you should accept the weight of the carbs in it.
I mean, truly, y'all gotta let me get a vodka soda with just a little bit of lime. That's only 7 calories. I'm like, girl, but you're not even enjoying life right now.
Right.
Drink these margaritas. Drink these fat margaritas. That's what I'm gonna do on the cocktails in La Casa. Today we making fat margaritas, nigga.
The base is Crisco, nigga.
Bacon grease off your grandma's stove. All right, let's go.
Okay. That's for mezcal. Smoky.
I should stop laughing when I say stuff, because somebody was like, I hate when Jade laughs at herself. I'm not laughing at myself, nigga. I'm laughing at you. But anyway. No, I didn't laugh at myself. It's fine.
How was the rest of your week, the last 7 days?
Oh, it was great. We'll get into a part of it, and I talked a little bit about it on Getting Grown. But we'll get into a part of it in the second half of the show. But it was my birthday this weekend. And so this past weekend, thank you so much. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it was. And, on my day, I literally just wanted to clean my house. That's what I wanted to do. So I talked to you for a while. Noah made it about her. XD sent a gift for Noah on my birthday.
That's how it is when you're a parent.
It really is. It'd be like, fuck your drag.
Yeah. Literally what happened.
Literally a parent's life, as soon as that kid pops into this world, it's like, fuck my drag. That's what it is.
I used to refer your house as Noah's house for the longest. I was like,
did.
I'm going to go pack up and go to Noah's.
It was Noah's world. Yeah. Even if she wasn't there, he was still coming to Noah's house. So I don't remember where I was going with that because but you had a White Claw. Fine. Okay, that's great.
But yeah, my last week was cool.
Yeah, tell me about that. Oh, that's what I was telling you about my birthday.
Oh, yeah, your birthday.
Cleaned the house, and the husband took me to dinner where they have outside seating, but we did not get to seat because there's only 11 seats available in restaurants at this point outside. So it's fine. We took the food back to the crib, and it was delicious. I had a pomegranate ribeye. Nigga, it was
it the reduction was out of pomegranates?
It was a pomegranate reduction over the ribeye, and it was cooked perfectly. It was tender. It was from a Persian restaurant. So we brought it back to the house, but my nigga got dressed up for me, and do you know what he wore? A Jaden XD, Jade of all Jades merch t-shirt. It was my face on his chest and stomach. And he was like, see, I got this shirt. I was like, So he really like just tried to make me feel really special on that day. Like, you know, it wasn't a whole big to do. It's just like, you do exactly what you want. Have your time. We're going to leave you alone. I'm going to take you to dinner later and you just have your weekend. So did that, watched the verses on Sunday, made my gumbo. And we'll talk about the Saturday in the second half of the show. But yes, your last 7 days, I apologize.
You know, it was cool. The verses were good with the city grannies, so I'm okay.
Oh my God, I was inhaling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. City grannies was turned. Gladys was like, you better work, bitch. And I was like, yes. I was like, they both saved, but they both got at least a toe or a foot in the street still. You know what I mean?
They shouted you out too.
I know, I was there with Dion.
No, but they shouted you out.
What?
They shouted out all of y'all.
Yeah. The gays. Yeah, it's a shout out to the gays. She said gay rights. All Patty was like, gay rights. And Gladys was like, yes.
And then Patty goes, thanks, gays.
Yeah. She know the gays love us. I was like, yes, we do.
But she better have. She better have. I don't know nobody who supports her harder.
Patty, there's no bigger drag queen than Patti LaBelle.
Absolutely
Maybe,
not.
well, Dolly Parton. But outside of that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. They're like, top.
They're the same. They're the same. Like, it's Dolly Parton and Patti LaBelle. I don't know any other fierce drag queens.
No, it is Dolly Parton and Patti LaBelle. Yeah. You are right. Mm-hmm. Greatest drag queens to ever do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, Mama had 3 pairs of shoes and her trunks on the. I had a Wang Dang Doodle. It was
in the
my favorite. Yeah, it was my favorite thing ever. But outside of the music, because they both sounded amazing at 70 plus.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. The most important thing is Patty trying to get into drag while Gladys was sitting because she seriously believed that the camera wasn't on her. And she like singing along with Gladys because she know what I loved was that they both know each other's songs.
Yes, like, sincere fans of each other.
But the other funny part is they know each other's songs, but they don't know the words to their own damn songs.
Because Patty, let me tell you how Patty came, and she would when she would remember the words, she'd just be like, She
just in the K.
And they were like, here, Miss Patty, here's your mic. We're going to be using a microphone. B, I brought my own microphone. Thank you.
Right.
She brought her bedazzled
Patty don't need no microphone.
She don't. She don't really need one.
No.
She don't need
because she was like, you know, I know I oversing, but God gave me this talent, so I'm gonna sing
Listen,
it. I was like,
I told you about my
ma'am.
daddy coming home mad because my mother put him next to the speaker at a Patti LaBelle concert.
I can understand that though. That's a lot of.
I mean, he was upset.
Yeah. And I'm sure not at Patty, but because it was just like, you know damn well Patty don't need like no sound system.
Right by the speaker.
I'd be mad too. I'd be happy and mad at the same time.
It was 2 things he came home yelling. It was that. It was that. Problematic alert, okay?
Okay.
Because he went with my mom and my uncles, my mom's brothers, and he was like, she put me next to the speaker. And your uncles are big Patty fans. They were all screaming like women. I was like, but did you have a good time, Grinch? Did you?
Right. It's hard though, because I feel like when you get to a certain age, you can't be going to loud places anymore.
No,
because
this was
remember all them
times
times
ago.
I know, but remember all them times we would. But remember all those times we would go to the freedom parties, and then like days later, you'd still hear that ringing in your ear.
Let me tell you something.
I miss those days. We had a good time.
When we first went to the freedom party, there was no ringing. The bounce back was just superb the next day. Do you hear me? Like, drinking last night, no problem. Smoking my face off, not a worry. Like, you know, dancing, my bones don't hurt, nothing. Now, let me tell you something. I party 4 times a year outside of 2020, and that's at Makosa. And by the final Makosa, even though I am sad the season is closing out, I am tired. You know why? Because I have partied for the entire year.
Yeah. I
And that's
party
just where
maybe
we
half
at.
that. Yeah, I party half that.
Really?
And I just be like, listen, nigga, I pull muscles in my sleep. So I don't even know how, you know what I mean? Like dancing and whining and all that good stuff. I'm just like, I'm 35. I can't do that shit no damn more.
I cannot. I just can't do it like that. I just can't. Like, I just can't.
Niggas is old.
Ooh, we'll talk about
But-
that too, because I'm currently in pain. But,
You want to let them know a little secret? You want to let them know now?
I think we should.
Okay. So let's tell a little quick story. So about 3 months ago, we had conversations with some good people. And, we wanted to develop a partnership with them. And, these folks were like, we just want to just support you and you do your own thing. Like, we just want to be your cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So, you
waiting on me?
Yeah,
You waiting on
there.
me? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, niggas, we on Spotify.
Exclusively. Jade and XD, we are exclusive Spotify partners. We are partnering with Spotify to bring you Jade and XD exclusively to Spotify. Now, there's a couple things that people are going to ask or whatever.
Listen closely. Listen.
Yeah, listen closely. We're going to say this a couple of times throughout the show, but we on October 16th,
That is Guwap Eve.
Guwap Eve, we will be Spotify exclusive. Now, remember, Spotify is free, and you can continue to listen to us for free. You just got to download the app, and it has a bunch of music. We stand Spotify. All the things that we curate are for music is through Spotify anyway.
Absolutely.
So if you don't have the app, please feel free to do so. It's free 99, freer than we are at this point. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And-
it's very free.
Yeah, it's hella free. And we're super excited. Yeah. I'm not lying though.
You're not.
Yeah. Listen, one vote, auction block away, I'm telling you. It's true.
It's absolutely freer than we are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not funny, but it's funny. But we definitely are super excited to join, to get in the fold with Spotify.
And we're not lying to you. We actually are Spotify users. I've been using Spotify since 2011. And, we're very excited to be a part. Now, you don't have to worry about anything changing with the show. Nothing's changing. Jaden XD, still Jaden XD. Y'all know I'm not letting no white people come up in here and change nothing. And
No.
that's just putting 10 on 20. But so Spotify just wants to invest in us, and they want to invest in our growth and in our work. And XD and I have been doing this pretty solo and doing this on our own for the past about 6 years. So
Yeah, we've been grinding. I think JNXT we were on 4 years, almost 5, and then we were with Jay for 2, and so 6 years we've been doing this, and it's finally, we're finally getting our just dues, and we're just getting started.
So the show still remains the same. It's still us. We still cover the same stuff. What you can expect to happen, and this is why I told you we can't lie to you anymore, is all of the playlists that we have talked about and will continue to talk about and continue to curate and also revisit will be available as playlists exclusively on Spotify under the Jade and XD account.
Let's go.
And so you will be able to go and get every single playlist that we talk about in every single episode. I'm not saying we up backloading. Escúchame.
I think they will. I think they will be though. Just not right away.
Well, you know what? He said that. I did not.
Right? Yeah, not right away. But I feel like they'll be backline from the first Auntie Jams and stuff like that. But Jada's right. We are going to revisit a lot of stuff.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you
Same.
guys for coming along this journey with us. Also, to want to let you know that Patreon is not changing.
Nope.
If anything, it actually is getting better.
Yeah.
Same
Everything's
price,
getting
$5.
better.
Yeah, same price, $5. We got cameras and shit. Oh, nigga, it's live.
Everything's better. So like we're super, super, super happy about this partnership with Spotify. We're excited. We can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, what comes from it. And don't let no wayward niggas try to make you think otherwise. We love Spotify and we have a great deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say. I can't speak for other people who have.
No,
had,
but some people's lives are crashing and burning, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We focus on what happened over here.
Okay, as for us in this house, we have the wang dang doodle. Amen.
Shout out to Spotify.
Yo, love you all.
So again, exclusively on Guwap Eve, which is October 16th, 10/16. Guwap's Eve. Make sure you guys put out your cookies for Gucci Mane. But also, we will be Spotify exclusive. So again, the app is free to download. You already listen to us with ads, so don't worry about it. All you need to do is download it. If you already have your streaming service, just give Spotify a chance. That's what you have to do in order to keep supporting us over here at Jaden XD. And we're actually asking you all. We don't ask for much, but we are actually asking you all, as our loyal listeners and as people that we love and cherish and value, to, make sure you keep supporting your girls and come on over to Spotify, because as of 10/16, that's the only place you're going to be able to listen.
Yep. The whole team, Jade, XD, and Abe, we are all moving to Spotify.
Always Abe.
Yeah.
Always Abe.
Yeah, don't think anybody's getting left behind. Chris Rogers, too, who does all of our socials and stuff like that. We're all moving to Spotify.
Everybody's moving to Spotify. Everybody.
Yeah. And we're super excited. We've been holding on to this for the longest. And we've kind of hinted at it if you paid attention.
No, we didn't. We did not hint at it.
At all. I don't know what possessed me to say that.
I don't either. Ebo boy, sha. Let me get that demon out of you, nigga.
Let me go on with my lavender.
Please. Go on with your CD player.
My Spotify has many playlists.
Oh God.
Yeah, but Jaden XD exclusively on Spotify, October 16th. We can't wait. You still have a little more time. You got about a month to,
yes,
to transfer over. But again, Spotify is great. We love them. There's great access to other podcasts as well. And the music is there, y'all. The music is there. This is not even an ad for Spotify at this point. It's like
there's Spotify curated playlists that knock. There's other user playlists that knock where they've made them public. There's it's just Beyonce even finally released Lemonade on Spotify.
Yeah.
Get with the winning team.
Get with the winning team. Bye.
No, we're really excited, though.
niggas.
We're really excited. We really, really are. So, 1016, Jade and XD exclusively on Spotify. But as of right now, we are Spotify partners, and we thank you all for continuing to support us through this show and grow with us as we continue to do the work.
Yeah.
Now that that's out of the way.
Yeah. I will say the show will probably change a little bit because of the way our commercials work, but that's it. That's just a full disclosure for you all. But with that being said, you ready for our first break?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Without further ado, hit it, Claude.
Kelly.
Who is also on Spotify.
Under Lewis York. And a writer of many artists. Okay, all right, Claude, bye.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, like, as, you know, a pet name because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, like, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between, like,
The
silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Yeah. Silver Tooth to Prison Pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the Platinum Solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us.
Jade.
And XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD.
For free on Spotify.
Have you ever spent the night in jail? Well, I have.
And we're back. Our friends are back. And we can't go without talking about them.
Now, we want to clarify how this is going to go. Before we get
please
started.
pay attention. Because what kills me, and I'm going to drag y'all listeners because we family, because y'all be like, we're avid listeners, and be like, we done told y'all this when y'all ask us this question. Like, y'all ask us questions, and we be
what
like...
does avid mean?
I don't... Advancement via individual determination. I was in a program called Avid, that's why.
I'm like, because that y'all ain't no avid listeners talking about please cover 90 Day Fiance the other way.
Right. My nigga, that's all we do. All we cover is sharp entertainment shows.
What do you mean?
But it's all love and all the same. So
Sharp entertainment with your shady asses.
Right. With that being said, Baby Nuck and Black Woman Weave Lady are back, and
oh wait, we gotta tell them. We didn't tell them. So we are covering the first episode of Life After Lockup here on the main show. Correct. Following here, it will be covered on Patreon, and following that, Love After Lockup will remain on the same schedule in which it was at. So, we just want you to be clear as to what's going on, so you know, and we're also covering Marrying Millions, and you niggas will have a lot of content.
Yeah, Marrying Millions will be on the main show. We're swapping.
Yes.
Because of when they come out. Because it makes no sense for us to do a recap, you know, like on a show that comes out on Fridays, like for you to get it all the way for the next week. So we try to release the Friday shows on like Sundays on Patreon. And then, you know, Marrying Millions comes out on Monday or Tuesday. You don't get that on Friday. Sound good?
Great. Got it.
Great.
Good.
With that being said, let's talk about our friends Baby Nuck, Black Mormon Weave Lady, Angela and Tony, Kim Kardashian, and the elf gnome
in the face. Like, he has a gnome face. I just
He
realized
does
that.
have a gnome face, yes.
And
I call him eyebrow piercing.
yeah. So who do you want to start with this week?
Wow.
I am so excited because I felt like, oh, my friends are back on TV.
I know. I got emotional at a certain point. It was just lovely.
Yeah.
You know what?
I didn't even hate Andrea this week. I was so happy. Normally I hate her, but I don't.
I think we shall start with those who are having a baby because they were the most positive.
Oh, yeah. Everything else was negativity and chaos.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
so I never thought I would say this again, but Marcelino and Barnes.
Injury attorney.
Attorneys. 100-888-8888.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. So, Zwala's mom and daddy.
Oh.
If you don't follow them on the socials, and I feel like they announced it the last season of Life After Lockup that yes, they were, because they were outside. No, because they asked Bunky to be Zwala's godmama, not the new one.
Via the banner outside,
out in
the
front
window.
of the pen.
Yes.
Right. So if you didn't know, they were in the family way with another boy, because Brittany has she has other children that are out, but she has one that she has full custody of, Gabe, right? That's the little boy's name?
Giovanni.
Why do I want to call him Gabe? Giovanni. Sweet boy, who I was surprised he wasn't in this episode.
He was.
When?
At the end, when after she had the baby.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, at the end. We'll get to it. So
okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, so they found themselves in the family way. Now, I do know that they were done with the show, like they weren't going to do anything, but I feel like it Matt Sharp and them convinced them, like, hey, let's do this one off. Because I feel like Marcelino don't really bang with the rest of the cast. Like, well, he don't like Michael.
No, because he don't respect him.
I mean, same.
I mean, nobody does. Except Dustin.
Yeah. And,
and
even then, I'm like, how? And Day Day.
Day
Which we
twice.
will talk about, because, Day Day is in the family way.
Oh, we about to get to Day twice, but we'll get there when we get there. Get there when we get there.
Okay, so Brittany, she's in the hospital. She's giving birth today on her birthday.
In labor.
Yeah, she got to the hospital at 2 a.m. because they were like, the contractions are kind of a little more frequent. She got to the hospital. Mama was 3 centimeters already. So they were like, well, girl, we're not going to send you home. You're going to have this baby in like an hour.
Yeah.
And there was they've had some drama over the last couple of months. Last time we visited them, Brittany's mother came to visit.
Yes.
Now, I was already under the impression that she was moving to live there with like her other sister, and the other black one that they don't talk about. Mm-hmm. And so, Marcelino, they reiterate the fact that, hey, my mom wants to come. And Marcelino is like, I don't really understand what Brittany's expectation is of her mother, because they've had such a tumultuous past, and a lot of Brittany's issues growing up as a child had to do with her parents' addiction to substances. Mm-hmm. And so, where she's on this path of reconciling, Marcelino's kind of like, yeah, I get that, but I also want what's best for my kids too. And I don't need anybody in and out of their lives like that. And whereas Marcelino may not be the best communicator or use the correct words, the sentiment is there though, because I definitely wouldn't want that type of volatile situation with a brand new baby, especially when they already have like money issues, which they don't address. But last season, Daddy don't know how to play poker that well.
I'm also wondering if they like if it was just kind of a storyline at that point, the money issues, because they don't seem super stressed. It seemed like it was that period of time. You know what I'm saying? But also, we don't know people's pockets, so that's just that on that. Yeah.
And also, and to also make this very clear, all of these stories are Corona-based. This is all during Corona.
Well, some parts I think are not, but...
Yeah, but even some of the things, like the confessionals and stuff, you can tell it's a quarantine edition.
True. Truly.
Yeah. So Brittany has the baby. I forgot the name.
Marciano.
Yes. Yes, because I was like, like the Guess brand, but that's Mariana.
Yes,
I was like Marciana.
And it was born on the mother's birthday.
On Brittany's birthday. Healthy baby. Such a cute baby if you look on them on Instagram.
Baby was healthy. Oh, wait a minute. So, yes, it was a healthy baby, beautiful baby boy. He fattened up after a couple hours. You saw him. And that's when Giovanni came in and Zoala is walking now.
How did I miss this whole part?
I don't know, because it was literally like 2 hours later, and Brittany was like, I had a baby, and I guess Marcelino went to go get the kids, and he brought back the kids, and the kids, Giovanni climbed up in the bed with her, and Zoala was just, running shit, walking around, and it was a beautiful family moment.
Where did I miss this whole part?
I don't know what the hell you were doing, but
I was smoking, so it had to be just absent.
Oh yeah, that's what it
mindedness.
Is. I definitely got emotional while Brittany was giving birth. I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Oh my god," and then also, "Oh my god!" Like, do I want to do that again? Yeah. And then. I thought it was, even though we have seen Marcelino at his worst and at his machismoist, I thought it was really beautiful the way he tenderly caressed his child, soothing the baby with his touch. Like, I just thought that was really, really lovely. And I got emotional. And then he's yelling while she's giving birth, "Tell him your name, boy." After the baby comes out.
He's such like a man. Like, he's just a guy who loves his kids, and I think it's so really interesting that his life started at 40. You know what I mean?
Did.
Like he did all that young shit. He was in the Missy Elliott videos and shit like that. And now he's like at 40.
Let me work it.
At 40, he ended up with a wife and 3 kids.
And that is actually a beautiful lesson. Like, let's take his personality out of it. It's a beautiful lesson and a beautiful example for everybody that this like standard picture that's been painted for us all our lives about when your life should start and how little girls need to dream about getting married and you know what I'm saying, the big wedding, and then we're gonna have a family and a white pit, like all of those things, and we're gonna have 4 kids by the time we're 32. Like, that's not the world that we live in any longer. And I think a lot of people are hard on themselves and they beat themselves up because of those stigmas. But in all honesty, your life begins when you want it to. My cousin's grandmother got remarried after she had been divorced for 30, 40 plus years, got remarried in her 60s.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, people, or was she in her 70s? Maybe her late 60s. So, your life, and it's not even your life beginning, because partnership and family it's just another aspect of your life.
It just adds to it, not necessarily.
Your life experiences before a partner or children come into your life are just as valid as after they come into your life.
Absolutely.
It just builds the experience. So, that's just a little getting grown talk on Jade and XD.
I do have an XD's corner in the middle of this.
Please.
XD's corner. So, I got into a very heated discussion on Twitter this week about, and this was birthed out of watching these shows. And I said, heterosexuality is very fascinating in how there's so much on, family approval and like acceptance and blessings because, and I thought about this when I was watching Indian matchmaking and how the parent involvement is so meticulous and rigorous, and it's just like, damn, can I have a life too? But then as I was watching Marrying Millions and all this shit came up about like, I got to introduce you to my parents, I can't marry you because I need your blessing, you know what I mean? And I'm always just like, and then I start further, I was like, heterosexuality follows a really strict, rigid set of rules. Like there's this whole like a linear type of thing. It's like you born, you get a high school sweetheart or whatever, you go to college, you get married, you have babies. There are all these specific like milestones that you're supposed to hit as a straight person, right? Otherwise society looks at you like an aberration or like you got a fucking third nose or something.
Yes.
And so when I pointed that out, I was like, I can see why a lot of people are miserable because they're not, that's just not how they are and want to be, but because of, social stigma, they have to be, they have to follow these rules. Because I'm sure there's a bunch of people who would be queer if they would like to, if society didn't lend itself to what it is. You know what I mean? Right. And so the internet didn't like it.
Well, the internet's just going to have to
the internet's filled with a bunch of low readers anyway. So I was just kind of like, I wish people would read to understand and not read to respond. And I'm not doing this as an apology or anything because I don't take anything back that I said. I just wanted to have more clarification. I don't attack. I don't really care what straight people do. But it's more of heterosexuality is really rigid, and I think gay shit is only different because we're still figuring that shit out as we go. Because ultimately, I've always been taught, gay people or queer people, I should say, have always been taught how to be straight because that's the way society lends itself to be. We're still figuring this shit out, which is why our love lives look the way it fucking does. But and people think we're lawless and faggots singing from chandeliers and shit.
That's not fair at all.
But it's but we have the freedom to do so because we're defining it on ourselves. Because history has proven
true.
You have to do X, Y, and Z. But either way, I just want to let people.
And we
know.
have a responsibility as heterosexual people to not be assholes, you know what I'm saying? And also to normalize gay relationships and marriages and so forth and so on. I'm trying to do that with my child. We went to, and this is just this is just from the mouths of babes and all of that. And you all know, we're very pro in our house.
Yeah.
But we went to my cousin's house and his husband. And, at one point, Noah was like, well, Mommy, me and you are going to sleep in there. I said, yeah. Well, where are they going to sleep? I said, in their bedroom. I told XD this. And she was like, that's their bedroom? I said, yes. And then she looks at me and she goes, that's weird. And I said, it's not, actually. I was like, they're married just like Mommy and Daddy. And they love each other. And so that is their bedroom the same way Mommy and Daddy have a bedroom. Same thing. No different. It's two people who love each other and they share their lives together. And sometimes two people love each other and they don't share bedrooms. But I'm not going to confuse you right now. We'll talk about that later. Right. So, we have a responsibility as well.
But in any event, that was my little take and shit. But that was the end of Marcelino and Barnes and, fake. What did we call her?
We're just going to call her Brittany.
Yeah, we're going to call her Brittany. Yeah.
She's a mother of...
Yeah, 3. Well, 5.
5.
Yeah, mother of 5.
We're gonna put some respect on her name now.
Yeah.
that nigga is forever Marcelino and Bones.
Oh, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah. And I think the issue with them this season is her issues with her mother, and I feel it looks like her mother relapses. I don't want to say that she does, but that's what they're making it out to be. Because in that preview, Mama was going through, okay?
And Brittany's sister said that she stole her debit card and she wasn't there. And then you see Mama going through it. And so not laughing at addiction. We don't know what's going to happen, but we have a good idea. Like, damn, you couldn't even act right after the baby was born on your birthday.
Hello? Okay, who's next? Who do you want to be last? Because anybody, they're all deserving of like.
I mean, I think we should do. I think we should do Tony last.
Yes, I was hoping you'd say that.
Well, you know what? We can do Scrabble tiles, the original Scrabble tiles.
Okay. Yeah.
Scratch that.
No, we should.
Okay.
We should. Okay. Let's just get them out the way because this is a lot to take in. So I'm just going to tell you what happened in the episode. Well, no, I have to give context, right? All right. So last time we met Michael, Sarah, young Brooke Hogan, and what did we call Maria?
Jazzy Shoulders.
Oh,
Maria. Oh, Stitch.
Yeah, because she looked like Stitch when Lilo was Stitch. So, Michael the braids, and
oh my god,
and Stitch are still a thing.
Clearly, this nigga thinks he's Samson because he just won't let him go.
He won't, and
he must think his strength comes from there. Or something.
And it's so strange because we've been with them for a very long time, and I have not seen any growth.
They've not grown. No, they're very Pusha T energy.
You got the Brian from Day 26 braids. Like, they just stay here.
Yes.
And they don't go beyond.
Just no hang time. And I really think that's what he really believes. Like, my stroke game going to become weak if I cut my braids off. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, where in reality, he's fucking Stitch. Yeah. But anyway, so he's on the bathroom floor talking to Brooke Hogan. And, here comes Stitch down the hallway. That translates to, what are you doing in there?
That's exactly what the fuck happened. Like, damn, bitch, he can't, take a shit or a shower.
No.
She's like, what you doing in there?
It was literally, why you... And it wasn't even like, hey, I have to use the bathroom, or hey, we have to go, or... Yeah. It wasn't anything that sounded time sensitive. It was just like, what you doing in there? Bitch, I'm in the bathroom.
Like when you got kids and you can't be alone, like when you shut the door.
Hello, me.
Mommy.
I just want to hang out.
Yeah, it's just like, I just want to sit there. Go away.
I just want to hang out. Mommy, look.
Yeah.
TikTok moves. That's
exactly what she was. It's like, lady, if you don't go somewhere, go back to your Zoom call, because I know you're the only one that is working.
So of course this nigga lies, because that's what is inside of him. That's what he does. So he lies and says he's taking a shower.
But what?
And he's fully dressed. So I'm like, did she not see him go in the bathroom with creased jeans on, or?
What killed me was that then he turned the shower on and the water got on the camera. So he was like, I'm in the shower.
Oh, yeah. Because the camera was in the corner of the tub or something. Sharp Entertainment, did y'all tell him to do that, or was that his idea?
Right. Is that the most well-lit area that y'all had in your house?
Y'all couldn't give him no tripod?
Hello, y'all couldn't give him no Neewer light? They on Amazon. I got
this
one.
Is why they won't give us no job.
Exactly. Because we insult them and the cast. So he's on the phone with fake Brooke Hogan, and it's Rain's birthday. And it coming up, and he's, calling to get, like, oh, I want to come through, or well, how's the cake looking? And Sarah, he was like, I'm calling to speak to the kids, and she was like, oh, well, they ain't here. And he was like, I've been calling, but she was like, well, I work, and when do you actually call? So the whole time, her energy was like donezo over it, and for the first time, I never really believed her any other time. This time I did, because Mama was like, Mama was like, yeah, he came last time we fucked, and that can never happen again because, Mama thought she was pregnant, but she wasn't. I also want to point out the fact that they're still married. Why?
But that's okay though.
No. The reason why they're still...
Well, no, I'm not saying there's a reason I said that, but I'll get to it. Go ahead.
The reason why they're still married, because Michael won't sign the divorce papers because he wants joint custody.
Trash. What in your black ass mind makes you think that you deserve 50% custody of those children?
Or capable.
You don't even have a home. Like, you literally live nowhere.
All right.
You are the epitome of a Rolling Stone. Sometimes you're at your mom's dirty ass house. Sometimes you're, at Stitch's house. Sometimes you decide you're going to pop up at Jazzy Shoulders and sleep in the studio. I don't know, but you're literally you don't have any place of your own.
Yeah.
And Sarah's fed the fuck up. And let me tell you something about a woman who finally gets over a shiftless nigga. It is like, can you feel a brand new day? When I tell you the sun comes out, even if it's thunderstorming, the sun comes out, you just swell, and you just get this energy of like, this nigga forgot who the fuck I am. Like, it is the golden time of day.
And
When there is just a moment that hits you when a woman is like, fuck this nigga. What in the hell? What was I on? It's fine. I'm going to take me a shower. I'm going to wash him out. I'm about to go throw me a yoni egg in my joint and clear all of this out. We're going to do a steam. I'm telling you, we're clearing the energy of these shiftless niggas out of here. Unless you have an IUD, that's not safe. But
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Destiny Child said, ain't no feeling like being free when your mind made's up and your heart's in the right place.
And they had to, and let me tell you something. They made that free extra sharp for you niggas to pay attention to what they were saying. Ain't no feeling like being what? Free!
I'm like an eagle set
They were like
free.
a totally different
Finally,
key.
I'm looking out for me, nigga. With that being said, they have a conversation, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there for the birthday. And she's like, yeah, all right, nigga, it's Sunday at 2. Mind you, he's all the way in Miami, and she's in Rochester, New York, which is like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Canada. So
yeah, a sniff.
So Sarah decides to let us know that.
Oh wait, before that, hold on. Before that, here he comes again. I want to take the girls when I come.
Oh yes,
for the weekend.
yes.
And she's like, what? What? No, absolutely never in a million years. Because you don't live anywhere. Take them where?
Yeah.
To the Ramada? You gonna take them to the Ramada? That's where you gonna take the children. To the place with the doors outside of, where they're all outside. But anyway, so he's like, but I want to take them, and you're not about to hold my kids from me, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, listen, you can come, you can see them, but you're not going to take them. All right, I'll stay at your house.
No.
Like,
do you ever watch Married to Medicine when Mariah was like, no, Contessa, because, no. because your husband, she was like, that can't ever happen again. She was like, I am Gucci Paladucci. And so he was just kind of like, all right, fine, whatever. I'm going to come to the party. She was like, okay, we'll see. Her nails were cute though.
I didn't pay any attention, but I did laugh when she said, and Maria isn't welcome.
Yeah.
She isn't coming, period. She can't be around my kids. And you can't be letting no wild animals around your children like that.
Absolutely not. I was surprised when the mama let her have Lilo have Stitch, but whatever. This is where art and life do not meet, okay? So fake Brooke Hogan has started wearing less and going out more. Well, not less, more so like, jazzing it up a little bit.
Yeah, she threw on a duster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
she came out
she
just
does
like
the
me.
Obligatory. Exactly.
The short leather jacket and the long shit underneath. And the leg here, I said, "Oh, that's a Delo original."
It was very XD. It was very XD. So she does the obligatory parental phone call before you go out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby, what you doing? Mommy's about to go out. She's like, Mommy's about to go out with Malcolm to dinner. And I must say, Aviana is a very mature child. But we have also seen Sarah have conversations with her that are probably not age appropriate.
Friend kids.
But friend kids, that's a fine line. So she's like, oh, well, I like him. So, I'm cool with it.
That's literally what she said.
And she's like,
she was like this.
Okay. Sure. She's like, well, okay, well then, you know what, Mommy, I love you. Then I just wanted to let you know what was happening. She's like, okay, I love you too, girl.
Leave me alone. I'm at Mimi's house. I am busy.
Right. I got things to do. Okay.
When kids go to their grandparents' house, it is like, oh, bitch, it's live.
Oh, absolutely. Noah don't be having no time for us. She's looking all off. Is never looking at the screen unless she wants to.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Oh yeah. So we with that being said, we meet Malcolm. Well, she introduces to us and says she's been seeing somebody that she met through the gram. She's telling us this while she's in an Uber. No masks on, by the way.
It was also snow outside, so I was assuming
it's Rochester. It's always snowing.
Oh, okay. There's that theory.
It snowed on my birthday in Western New York, and my shit is damn near in May.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but this also might have been at the top of this. No, quarantine things haven't happened yet because remember they were at the bar.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no, there was production. Production was there when she went out to eat.
Yeah, there's production for some parts, and then there's other parts there's not. And I feel like, they probably were weighing it out as the way states were trying to figure out shit.
Exactly.
So she takes her Uber. She gets out of her Uber XL, and she goes to Il Porto.
She went to they would go to the Carrabba's and say they sit down and have. That's where they went to Carrabba's.
They did
to have vino and fettuccine Alfredo. That's a step up from the Olive Garden.
Yeah,
and so we meet Malcolm. Yeah. Malcolm is a blend of B.O.B. mixed with a skateboard P. mixed with a
light-skinned man,
a millennial photographer.
He looks like every millennial photographer on Instagram.
He
talking
does.
about let's link and work. Do you fuck with the vision?
That's not shade. We fuck with your vision too. But y'all know y'all have a uniform. Yeah, and that's what he was wearing.
He had a beanie and a long camouflage trench.
And a locket.
And clear glasses. Yeah, he was just like every Brooklyn nigga who want to live in Williamsburg but can't.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it does seem that he's into Sarah from what we see, and she's clearly into him because she's gushing and mushing in the back of that Uber. And when they get there, you know, they're drinking and they're just having a nice adult date. He also communicates pretty well and seems to like be accountable for himself.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, well, we'll get to that in a second. So, they meet up at the Carrabba's, and they start talking about Rain's first birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And she invites him to come. So this is where we know production got dramatic, because it was probably clear that the nigga asked the question. It was like, all right, bet, I'll come. But, you know, it's all this production, all this dramatic, like, dum, bung, bung.
Are you sure?
And so she asked him if he'll come. And he's like, well, do you think it's too soon? And she was like, no, like, I think it's time. And he was like, all right, cool. Then I'll be there. I'd love to go. And that's when she's like, well, there's a chance that BD might be in the building. And he's like, okay, well, you might be putting me in the middle of some mess if that nigga don't know how to act. Like, are you prepared for whatever? She's like, I don't need to be prepared for him to be there. Like, that's just what it is. And by the way, he might try to fight you. And skateboard P is like, I'm not really with the confrontation. And it's not because I'm not about that life. It's because I'm more mature than that. I'm a father.
Yeah.
I've already dealt with this. With my own situation and had to mature from that. And so, I'm really coming there to support you. I'm willing to meet him ahead of time. Whatever's going to cut down on the drama is what it will be, because basically you're my main focus.
Yeah. That was refreshing to hear on a show like this.
Yeah.
Because their whole situation has been nothing but negativity and chaos, and there's nobody that's been like stable for them to like even like her friend like Fake Pink. Like, she was always like, I don't know if she comes up this season too, but it's just like, girl, you're always a part, Kesha. Go away. Like, you're still negative chaotic as well. He's
with your
right. He seems to get it. I also have learned that Sarah got it tight. She like him skinny and black.
Yes, she does. Like, that's her boogie. That's her
remember
jam.
the last time
that's her judge.
they were at that same spot where
the nigga at the bar. Same thing.
Yeah, I thought it was
Skinny
the
and
same
black.
nigga who he just got his teeth fixed, but no, it's somebody new.
I thought it was gonna be the same guy too, but you know what? She's been out here swerving clearly, and I'm here for it now. Even though, I mean, like, we're not fans of, but I'm also, Michael is just grade A trash. He's grade A basura, and so I have to root for her by default.
Yeah, because she got black kids, and black kids deserve better.
Absolutely. Black kids matter.
Yeah.
So, and then he did gross me out, though, when he was like, you gonna wear them red panties I like.
Oof. Nah. Oh. Ooh.
Yuck.
Ooh. And I'm sure she got from Fredericks of Hollywood. Victoria's Secret. It's Rochester.
Nope. She went to the lingerie section of the Burlington.
Don't play my girl. She went to Vicky. They're pink, though. The pink brand, but not the lace and the silk ones. But
you know what?
You
right.
Cotton ones.
You right.
They just red. They look cute.
They look cute.
Yeah, pink on the back.
Ew, gross. And the preview for them is they're in therapy, or Sarah's in therapy, and they're fighting, her and Michael and some random black woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Some random black
It's like,
woman.
well, we've never met her before, but I guess we will. Oh, but Day Twice, as XD mentioned, is in the family way.
Yeah.
They made an announcement on the Instagram, which I think is gone now. I went to go look for it, and I think it's gone.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Day Day. You continue to shock us every day.
Yeah, I hope you have a healthy pregnancy and easy and smooth, healthy delivery. And I can't
stay away from your mama's house.
Yes, and I can't wait for you to get back on the court. You know, the game. I wonder, needs
like,
you.
Is she gonna? What is the bedroom gonna look like now? Is she gonna keep the shoes up on the wall, or what's gonna happen?
Data is probably the one that wore the Burberry shirt instead of her nigga.
Like she put her hands on like her nigga's stomach and made a heart. I don't.
Yeah. Real stud girl shit.
Did you see that? Did you ever see the Deion Cole stand up?
Of course I did.
Where he was like, she invited me to have a threesome with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, that bitch walk like a ball player. He was like, and she took her tank top off like niggas do. He said she even had that little backpack with the strings.
Yeah, that's day twice.
Oh my God.
Big stud energy.
Oh God. It is, but you know what? Congratulations, day twice. Please stay away from your mama's house during this pregnancy.
Absolutely.
You want everything
and Corona. You need to quarantine.
All of that.
Yeah.
Because Corona lives in that couch, I tell you right now.
Ground zero.
Who you want to do next?
Oh, let's move on to Black Woman, Weave Lady, and Baby Nut.
Oh, our fave.
You want to know? I found the episode of when we first started doing this. This is all Crystal's fault. Crystal got you hooked to this.
Oh yeah,
show,
no, absolutely. It's Crystal's fault for sure.
Yeah.
I actually went over her house and she was like, "Bitch, I'm about to put on a show for you that just came out and it is nuts." And so she put it on and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
What was it?
And I tell you, within like 7 minutes, I was hooked.
What was it?
Love After Love.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about some new shit. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. So,
I want some toast.
Did you have a stroke?
Oh no, I want some toast.
I was like, are you smelling toast? You want toast? Okay. Black Woman, Weave Lady, and Baby Nut. I was thoroughly elated to have them back on our screens.
Exclusive.
She keep fuck around with us gangsters. She gon' be ready to ride when it's on. She gon' be ready handle her own. Hold it down for me when I'm gone. She keep fuck around with you bosses.
Oh my God.
So remember last time they ran a Twitter poll for them to see where they were going to live. And they all voted to move to LA. It was only her and
Will.
Yeah, everybody, almost even the Priscilla, the
Three
young
of them
one.
did.
Yeah, it was Tennyson just opted to move to LA too, which I thought was interesting. Tennyson, Priscilla, Baby Nut, they all voted to move to LA, whereas Andrea and Nyla wanted to stay in.
Oh no, Nyla wanted to go to LA.
Oh, so every person that
remember
voted,
she high five Baby Nut Daddy.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted to move to California except her, except Andrea, because she wanted to stay in.
I think that's what it was.
I don't even. There's no. Utah is so basic. I don't even have a nickname for it. It's just square. You know what I mean?
Pie country.
Yeah, pie.
Why? Because every holiday you come home and there's pie on your porch.
I would love to live in a society where there's a
like
pie.
Y'all don't
on
have
my
no
porch.
raccoons in Utah? I would love to come home and find pie on my porch.
I don't know.
I love pie.
I stand pie. Actually, I'm going to order from Pie Hole today.
I might order from Petey's.
Yes, the chocolate chess pie is hitting at Petey's.
Ooh, baby.
Mm-hmm. So, you know,
and the New York Sour Cherry.
Yes.
Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
You should get the New York Sour Cherry from the Little Pie Company over on 43rd.
I like Petey's better. Their crust is super. You can taste the butter.
Really? I really like little pie company. But it's also really out of the way though, because no one's going to Times Square for pie. Well, I would if I was driving, but like, I get it.
Matter of fact, I'm finna order me some pie. Anyway.
So they all packed up the station wagon and they moved back to Compton. Actually, they moved to Watts.
Yes, they moved to Watts.
So they moved to South. And somebody asked, like, "Oh, do you live near there?" I said, well, I'm not going to tell you what I said. I will just say, no, I do not live near there. Y'all not going to cannon me. So they moved to South LA. I feel like every time you walk outside of their house, To Live and Die LA plays. Like you open the door, it's like To Live and Die in LA. It's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
And then they close the door, you don't hear it anymore.
When you know it, everybody wanna see it.
Yeah. So they moved to a new crib, still the ghetto. Mm-hmm. They got a carport for the two cars.
They got a carport
for his little Lexus and their other whip. So they
their own house.
Mm-hmm, they start arguing because it wouldn't be Baby Nuck and Andrea if they didn't start beefing.
And it's always Andrea who starts it. Mm-hmm. And of course, she's complaining off the bat about the sirens. Mm-hmm. And you know who, of all people, is not going to feel bad for her and those sirens? It's your girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, get over it, bitch. That's a way of life.
Right. It's Corona. Niggas are dying. But she was like...
And you live in the hood now. Get over it.
Right. So essentially... But her argument has always been the same. We don't have enough money to live in... to get out the hood, which I also feel is a lie. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. And then two, she said, I've worked really hard so my kids didn't have to share a room and that they wouldn't have to live in the inner city. Now my kids are sharing a room and living in the ghetto. And Lamar is like, okay, girl, what do you want me to do?
Pretty much.
Like, I don't.
He's like, what you want me to do about it?
Like, what do you want me to do about the sirens? We live near the police precinct. Like, what do you want? Now, I understand where Andrea is coming from because as a mother or as a parent, you definitely want to provide the best for your children. And but also this is the bed that she made and has to lie in it because you were so gung-ho and thirsty for this nigga who was locked up that you had a baby, you got knocked up by, fucking in like a closet in the prison. So these are the cards that you've been dealt, onto, you know what I mean? So she also hasn't necessarily appreciated it, California.
No.
So like after this little mini argument, she just leaves the room. Lamar's left to task to build this little closet organizer from Mainstay. I was like, oh, they went to Walmart. So yeah, Mainstay. I was at Walmart this week. Apparently Tuesdays at the Walmart in Burbank is Lesbian Day, just so you know. So you know how Fridays at Red Lobster on Times Square is, lesbian love day. Hey, listen,
that's when the booze is coming out.
Ladies who love ladies, go down to the Walmart at Burbank Empire Center on Tuesdays. You could either get relationship inspiration or bag you a piece, okay? Because they were out.
Wait, tell me what you think about this pie. Raspberry Dream Slice. Fresh raspberries and tart lemon curd over a bed of creamy mascarpone and delicate butter crust. Then smother it all in an intensely flavored berry glaze.
I'm not into it. I'm going to tell you why. That would have been all better if it was
Why?
Blueberries and lemons. I don't like raspberries.
I know, they're not my favorite.
Because,
now, they do have a blueberry pie.
Like, this, because the P is silent, and I don't like sneaky shit like that.
I actually don't dislike raspberries.
And they're furry. Why are your berries furry?
I don't mind. Peaches are furry. You don't like peaches either?
I
I'ma
do
try this
like
damn
peaches. You know,
Do I want a warm pie?
Do I eat raw? That's a lie. Last week, I was so mad. I had went to I had ordered white peaches because I don't like regular peaches. I like white peaches because they have more of a consistency of an apple, and they have a different texture and sweetness. They were so sour. I was just like, oh, this is so dumb. I'm over this. But I'm really trying to think the last time I had a peach, like a regular peach. And if I did, they were peeled. Because my grandmother always used to peel them for me when I was a kid. But I can't ever remember.
She peeled your peaches? What kind of bougie ass,
I was a
kid were you? You
kid.
could just bite into the goddamn peach.
Probably because I was really picky as a kid.
Oh, you were one of those. I only want mac and cheese and chicken nuggets.
No, and I'm kind of like that now. Like, you know, when you fry chicken, or like when you're cleaning chicken, and or you buy chicken from a restaurant, and they still have like the strings from the feather and shit on it, on the chicken wings.
Yeah,
like that shit freaks me out, and I won't eat it. Like, I don't think like that's how I am with like fruits and shit. Like, if it comes with like upholstery and shit, like I'm not interested. Like, why is this furry?
Okay.
Listen, peaches have the same consistency as a cloth interior of a Toyota Corolla from 1989.
Peaches are delicious.
They are.
Atrocious.
They are. I'm just saying that outside of it is upholstered. You can't tell me that peaches don't have upholstery.
I think that they have accompaniments naturally.
Okay.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
It's got upholstery.
That's what I'm saying.
Peaches got upholstery. It's a gay fruit anyway. Of course it comes with a coat. Anyway.
You and these gay fruits.
Peaches are gay. It comes with fur.
It was a drive-by fruiting.
It is for drag queens, okay? It's like if Ornacia was a fruit.
Got me some pie.
Okay. So, anywho, speaking of fresh fruit, they finally go on excursion. I'll get back to Tennyson and Baby Nuck in a minute.
Oh, we're gonna get to the gonna get to the ancestor children.
Yeah, but they actually, her and Nyla go out and explore California. Like, Mama was like, they just have things out like carts with fresh fruit and shit. And I was like, Mama,
she was
do
so
not go
hyped.
outside?
She's like, you can't even sell lemonade in Utah.
Right, I was like, the reason why you hate California so much is because your nigga don't take you nowhere. Just because you live in a hood don't need you gotta hang out in it all the damn time.
Right. You act like you ain't got two legs.
And two whips at that. They got two cores.
Because this bitch acts like she's scared to step outside her house. Like the minute she steps out her house, something's gonna go wrong. And it's very annoying and it's very insulting. To the LA community. Now, if a nigga from LA is like, oh no, don't go there. There's certain places that you just don't go, and you know.
Right.
But don't act like every time I step outside my door somewhere, like it's just gonna be automatic danger. Like, bitch, relax.
Now, what I said earlier was like they can't afford to live elsewhere. I also don't understand why they have to live there. They could go out to San Bernardino. They could go out to Long Beach. There are tons of places in California that are still affordable. I personally wouldn't live there. But, you know, for families and shit, it works.
I feel like I feel like Baby Duck wants to.
Yeah, he wants to be in that
be close to his family.
Because that's what he knows.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
He also is probably...
There has to be compromise there.
That's probably because he's also still in school, because as you peep on the little bumper, it said rapper/student. I was like, my nigga talented.
Listen! And that's why we're not getting any new heat right now in the studio.
But...
like we were wondering, because our guy is studying.
But did you peep the new song featuring daughter Priscilla?
Yes, I did. Did you hear it? Yes. It was like... Wait a minute.
I was like,
it was
chill.
Like life after lockup. At a papa. We gonna kinda like a too much swag. Can't nobody stop us.
I was like, oh, coming for Blue Ivy's wig. I thought that was so adorable.
Priscilla's like, I ain't never seen a ceiling in my whole life.
Exactly. Queen. She had the way they played it.
Crying.
It was her hopping out the whip of the BMW. I said, yes, mulatto could never. Queen Raptures of the game, Priscilla. Priscilla Nuck.
Oh my God. Priscilla Nuck.
CC
I
Nuck.
called her baby Nuck.
Yeah, CC Nuck. Yeah, CC Nuck.
Why? Because ain't no B's in our alphabet.
Exactly.
This is an alpha cat.
Okay.
Get with the winning team.
Okay.
So
practicing her
they're
ACCs
taking.
and shit.
So they were taking Rap Stress, ASAP Priscilla, to her private dance lesson.
A father. They had a private dance
I also
lesson.
said, y'all are in LA. And Andrea went and picked the whitest dance teacher she could find for this child.
But you know what, though? The only thing that Andrea does know is dance. Because remember, she used to be on this show where Nyla was... Basically, it was like Dance Moms, but not.
Yeah, like Dance Moms.
I feel like that's how she got... I said the exact same thing, too. I was like, oh, these niggas in Los Angeles.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me there's no talented black ballerinas.
Andrea must have gotten hurt by black people at some point in her life.
That's what I'm getting a very big, like, who specifically hurt
like,
you energy from her.
Because it's like she definitely wants a black man in her life. And she definitely... And
she's very black.
Very. And her one friend... I mean, she has other friends, but the friend that she's connected with the most is black, and she's very, very black. So I'm trying to understand where the disconnect is, because I don't think she's come from, like, money or anything, you know what I mean?
No, remember she had a hard life before. She said she lived in Houston, and then she found the Mormon church or whatever, and then they delivered her. So... I don't know in the court. Maybe it was the first. Maybe it was the Ancestor Children's daddy. Maybe it was another nigga. Somebody hurt her.
Yeah, I had to, because I'm like this Jacket Jill shit that you like project it don't go with what you present.
Not at all, because every once in a while it slips right on out.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know wanting better for your children. Everybody wants that. But I'm also like, girl, get a grip. Why would you think your husband would put you and your family in harm's way after he has made a vow to you that he's never going back to prison again? You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
He hasn't gone back. Even violated parole. He hasn't done anything.
No, that nigga goes to school.
Yeah.
And he goes
he did violate once. But that wasn't his fault, though. That's why he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't his fault.
That's not when
Dulo got shot?
No, that wasn't when Dulo got shot. Maybe it was. It was when Dulo got shot.
Oh, with the girls in the back seat.
No. It had to be when Dulo got shot, because remember he had to go back to prison for a little bit.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it was. Yes, he was. I think that's when Dulo got shot.
Because it wasn't his fault. He was just literally at the wrong place. Or maybe it wasn't.
No, somebody had a gun. He was in the car.
Oh, yes,
with
somebody had a gun.
That's what it was. But clearly, he got cleared.
Yeah, because it wasn't his. Yeah, thankfully. But he hasn't ever put
my gun.
Anybody in harm's way. I'm also interested, though, in his relationship now with his other daughter, now that he lives in L.A. But this is why I wish they have life after lockup. I don't give a fuck about all these other people.
If we look in the preview, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But
the ancestor children.
So, right? Elliot, let's talk about the ancestor children before we get into their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So the ancestor children, they're being who they are. They are literally
Father Time and Grandmother Willow.
That's exactly what it is. They're comforting their mother when she's having a moment. Baby Nuck is up there like, damn, what's wrong with her? And Tennyson's like, that's just the way that she acts. That's just how she is. Nyla goes out and, comforts her mother. Now, I want to tell you that I screamed because... So, Ancestor Tennyson says that's how she acts when she's upset.
He also wants to become a
Ancestress
rapper,
Nyla.
by the way. He wants to make beats.
He wants to make beats. He wants to go to the studio and make tight beats. So when she went to the first part I screamed at is when she went to the car and Nyla comes out and she's like, what are you doing? And she's like, this is my personal apartment.
During quarantine. This is
Because I don't ever want to say I feel her, but I feel her. And then also like, she's just crazy.
Yeah.
So she comes out. She's like, I could, Nyla was talking to Nyla and she was complaining, and Nyla's like, I could spend all day like complaining about how I have to share a room now or do this or that, but I choose to just think about the positive things in my life and have gratitude. And I was like, ancestress, just like we said.
Yeah.
And then here comes Black Mormon Weave Lady. That's because I taught you to think that way.
Right. And Nyla was like, sure.
Sure, Mom. Sure, Jan.
Yeah, that's literally what she gave her.
It was very sure, Jan. It's very sure, Jan.
Because I was like, girl, why would you like take away your daughter's moment like that? Because you need to have some validation because you have this horrible need to be in control of every fucking thing.
Everything. And you see how they just placate this woman. They just be like,
okay, sure.
You poor unfortunate soul. Yeah. So meanwhile, while they're having that talk, Tennyson and Baby Nuck are in the house. And Baby, what you been listening to? And Tennyson's like, I've been listening. I've been getting into rap.
Yeah. Tennyson is like a New Balance. You know what I mean? Like if you would have put like him,
he's like an Under Armour polo.
Yeah. Like he's a New Balance and a khaki. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. With a visor.
Yeah.
Like I've been getting into rap.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to make beats.
So he's like, okay, we're going to take you
Baby
to
Duck's like, oh, let's take you to Uncle Dulo.
Yeah. Dulo on the beat. Make it happen.
I mean, your little baby sister just laid down a track.
Right. So fast forward where they take Cece Nuck to dance. And they have little Cece.
baby Nuck.
Yeah, they take her to dance and they have an honest conversation in the hallway. And Andrea is essentially says, reiterates this frustration that she has about being in the ghetto, but saying like, I'm going to work through it. And not Dulo.
But then, but she says another thing too, where she's like, I'm concerned about the environment. Okay, bitch, yeah. Something new. And then she said, and I don't have faith that they're going to do the right thing.
Yes, because she then says, Tennyson and Nyla were baptized beforehand. Mm-hmm. So nothing bad will happen to them because they are covered under the blood of Jesus.
They have the gift of the Holy Spirit.
Gift of the Holy Spirit. Lil Cece does not. And she is pressuring Baby Nuck for this little Cece Nuck to get baptized because she is missing Hashtag the gift.
And I guess they baptized the kids at 8, and she's about to come before 8.
Yes.
Now, once again, Lamar, aka Baby Nuck, proves why he's our king.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says,
put on a list.
I don't want Priscilla to. I don't want her to walk in blind faith.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to have a choice about how she want to worship.
Yeah.
And I don't want her in no Mormon church.
That was the most important part of this whole story. Because when he said that, I was like, finally. And I wish you people would have an honest conversation about religion. Because, Andrea, what's not clicking? Yo, nigga ain't down with the get down.
And he says it, and he said it on multiple occasions. When are you going to let it sink into your wig?
And you have not allowed. This is exactly what happened with Yazan and Braces the Stallion. Why aren't you allowing these people to get comfortable with the religion? Because if you become religious, you have to change your whole way of life. And you have to lead by that example of the way you want him to. So why on earth would you think that this is going to be instantaneous and them to roll over that way? And I love the fact that he addressed his own daughter's autonomy and agency. I want her to figure shit out on her own, for her develop who she wants to worship. You know what I mean?
Blind faith.
Blind faith.
Say it again,
I also
King.
feel like there's one thing to provide foundation for your kids.
Yep.
And which I think is important. But when it comes to something that's so doctrinated, I don't think that's necessarily the best. I don't think it's necessarily the best to force that shit down your kid's throat, because they're going to resent you for it. And I've definitely thought about this recently. I've been having a lot of internal therapy. Because Crystal told me to work on my inner child. Well, she didn't tell me directly, but we all need to work on our inner kid.
Yeah, Crystal's couch.
And
get into
that's literally where I got it from, Crystal's couch. and I was thinking, my mother. There was a point where we, as black kids, you got to force to go to church, and a lot of us, I will say that. But after a while, I guess my mother was kind of like, I'm forcing this, and this is not doing what I want it to do. So why would I force it? Like, if I continue to make notes and they're not being implemented, why am I going to give notes? And eventually, when I got into high school, she was like, because I remember saying, I wanted, Buddhism, and I want to do all this stuff. And thankfully, my mother's always been supportive, and she would just be like, make sure if you're going to believe in something, make sure you've researched it, and, make sure you know what you're truly getting into. And I did, and I realized that I appreciated my mother for that, because it's like, now I have a deeper appreciation for God and Jesus and stuff, because I was allowed to develop that relationship on my own. And I feel like if parents want their kids to have a strong understanding and faith and good moral compass, you would allow them to do that. Provide them a foundation of morale, sure. But of morale
as a human being.
Yeah, but, thumping down the trachea, not gonna work. You know what I mean?
And another thing that we have to stop doing is this idea of like conversion, right? There's a problem with the idea of conversion. Y'all have got to get out of the mindset that just because you worship, practice, believe a certain way, that somebody else has to do the same thing. Everybody can literally believe how they want to and coexist, and that's okay. But because you place so much emphasis on my way is the right way, and everything has to be done just like I do it, then you create this division within humanity. And then obviously we see where that leads to. And then our king brought out another point, which is why he has the nickname that he has, because he was like, on top of all of the fact that I want my child to have agency and I want my child to have a choice, he was like, Mormons are weird. Yeah. They're weird white people. They are. It's a predominantly white religion, and what does race have to do with it? What does race have to do with it? He was like, she won't have no community. I don't want to put her in a place where she is the sole and only black girl. Let me tell you about how you are doing your child a grave disservice.
Woo, talk about
when
it.
you do that. We were literally like, we've been talking about relocating at some point or another, right? We want a home, like we want a house. You know, it's time that we're going to have to get directly out of the city. Wherever that ends up being, I don't know, maybe upstate, maybe wherever, but we've been talking about it in the next few years or what have you. We were looking at upstate, and my people just moved up there, and I was like, my only concern, because we went up there, we loved it. So my concern though is that I will not put my child in a predominantly white school. I'm not going to put her in an environment where there is hardly anybody who looks like her.
Yeah.
Because as much work as we do at home, and as built up as my child is and well adjusted, you are doing them a disservice when you put them in environments like that, because stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these little nasty monsters really try to create complexes that don't have anything to do with the encouragement that you've instilled in them at home.
Right. Like, why would you purposely alienate your child?
It's like putting yourself in a harmful work environment. You know you have to live, you know you have to eat, but if you know ahead of time, the place that I am getting ready to go on 8 hours out of my day every day is a toxic environment, you would never work there. So why put your child in that type of environment in school where there is no representation? There is nothing that allows them to feel represented or proud or like they see themselves.
Right.
So anyway, he brings that up as it pertains to the religion. And she's like, that don't have nothing to do with nothing.
It has everything.
And he's like, yes, it does. It has everything. Well, I want my child baptized under the covenant. And I was
yeah. And like, I hear her like because that's like when Jennifer Lewis was on A Different World, where she was like, my grandchild be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Yeah.
I won't. Somebody asked me that before when Noah was a baby. You gonna baptize her? I was like, why? She didn't make no choice to do that.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
It's like gender reveal parties. Y'all spending all this money for, because you think you have a girl, and then 13 years later, Lindsay is talking about, I'm Sam now. What you gonna do? Love her?
Not even 13, nigga. Like 2.5. Soon as they can talk.
Right, like, mommy, I'm Jacob now. All you could say is okay.
And don't put me in another fucking dress ever again in my life. And that is, again, that's not bastardizing the movement. No. That just shows you how when you try to make choices for your children, and you don't allow them to be the humans that they came to this earth to be, and look at them as humans as opposed to molds of what you think they should be. I hope you all get set up for the okie doke, destroying whole fucking forests and environments and planets and shit, all because you wanted to know what was between your child's legs.
Which means nothing. Which means
I hope your kid grows up to be a plushie.
Because you know what put things in perspective for me? I got really high one day and I was like, yo, what if the Menendez brothers' parents had a gender reveal party?
Wait a minute. Wait.
You gonna read?
No, wait. Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like 1996, when they were interviewed by Barbara Walters.
I'm just a normal kid.
Oh, Eric, you're a normal kid who killed your parents.
Because my thing is this, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, leave them.
Like, you doing all this shit for your child to be like, I don't want to do this. Because you think it's supposed to the mold they're supposed to grow up to be. They turn around and slash you.
You had a gender reveal for the Columbine kid.
Right. Like, you get what I mean? Let them be. Because you're putting all this pressure, again, heterosexual, rigid-ass rules that fucks up everybody.
15 later, them niggas might come back and kill you.
Yeah, because you want to impact all these expectations and rules because society makes you do so. Like, you know what I mean?
You was planning for cupcakes and streamers and blue M&Ms to come out of a cake. All the while later, 17 years later, these niggas is about to set you.
Yeah. Listen, don't have gender
Do you
reveal
feel the fuck
parties.
stupid?
Like, don't do it. I don't care if you.
You too can prevent forest fires.
Yes. Acknowledge. Shea Coulee said it on. Like you too can prevent gender parties. Gender reveal parties. Like there's no point to them. They're stupid. They're dangerous. And I don't care any of you heterosexuals that got beef with gender reveal parties. Well, just know you're part of the problem. So I have no remorse for that.
And if you must have one, do it. Like if you must, if you just absolutely
they don't.
must.
Ask your doctor what the sex of your baby is.
But man, I hate them. I hate them. I just hate them overall. I was just gonna tell them if they was gonna do it, can y'all use some water instead of using all this damn, all these fireworks and ribbons and things that just shoot off ammunition.
Because ultimately, you should be having. If you're gonna have a party, let's hope our baby is healthy party. Because there's so many little black babies.
What happened to a regular baby shower?
Right, there's so many babies who don't make it. Especially black parents with bad hospitalization and prenatal care not provided to black women, a lack of access. But here y'all go, wanting to wear the damn Burberry shirts twice to some gender reveal party. That means nothing.
Nothing.
Anyway, I've had it with heterosexuals this week. But anyway, no offense.
I'm fully into it. I'm fully into it.
But I'm excited to see where else Baby Nuck and Black Mormon Weave Lady go.
In the preview, well, first of all, at the end of all of this, Black Mormon Weave Lady is like, basically, Priscilla got to be raised a Mormon if I'm going to stay in this marriage. And that's that on that. And in the preview, we see Uncle Dulo
passing the Dutchie Pond
and Sister Tennyson.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
You
now, light the blunt. He was like,
you 18 now.
And then here comes Tennyson at home. I tried weed for the first time. And then that's what we see. And this is where you were talking about, you wonder what his relationship is with his daughter, because she says in the preview, your daughter's going to hell.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what that was in relation to, but I couldn't. Oh, but you know what? She could have also, because she's extra like that, she could have been saying that about Priscilla because he won't allow Priscilla to get baptized.
Yes. That's exactly. I feel like that's exactly what
But I actually thought about the oldest daughter first, so I don't know which way that's going to go.
I feel like knowing Black Mormon Weave Lady, she don't acknowledge the other daughter.
I know. She's one, like, I hate people who act like that. I cannot stand it.
Right.
You should not even want to be with somebody who's not a good parent to their kids.
Right. And I'm so surprised, like, he's just super dedicated to this chaotic ass family who everybody wants to accept him how he is, except the woman he's married to. Her kids accept him as he is. His family, of course.
They do. They love him.
Even the daughter who he, who's not in this particular marriage or whatever. Like, they all accept him for who he is. Why can't you?
Literally every last one of them.
Right.
Because she's a controlling bitch.
Right. This is why there's people. This is the same thing, the same argument that all these people coming from this show, where they're like, when they were in prison, things were a lot different. I had them to myself. They were just there. I'm like, of course.
Oh, it's always that same argument.
Where else was they gonna go?
Right.
Like,
what you think was gonna happen?
So,
who else they was gonna talk to?
Hello. Because never mind. Let's move on to the last couple. Damn, we're almost at 2 hours already. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's 1:50. That's what it says on the thing. All right. So Tony and Angela.
Tony.
I never thought that they would end up being my favorite couple, actually. Like, of course, I love.
We literally thought they were never coming back.
Like, I love Baby Nuck. Honestly, I like Andrea.
Yeah,
but as the storyline, Tony and Angela got it.
That's where the mess lives, and I have to eat my shoes because I absolutely thought they were never. I thought they Judy Winslow'd them when they left and just never showed back up. I was like, well, I don't know what happened to that couple, and baby, when they came back with a bang.
Yeah. So the episode opens up with them, and it opens up with our cameo from our good sis Donna Faye.
Donna Faye, homegirl.
This is the true story of the show that's quarantine only.
Yes, because Donna Faye rolls up and the Suzuki pulls up to the scene with her ceiling literally missing. And she's like, I brought you some groceries. And this is where we see how COVID is happening because Angela won't even hug or go too close to her own sister.
Yeah. She is very serious
shows us
about
who's taking this serious. Yeah. I stand.
I really like Angela. I've never hated her. I've always just kind of was like, yeah, whatever. But
well, we all know she's a cigarette. Yeah. But outside of that, like as a person, her personality, we love Angela.
Yeah. So, you know, Donna Faye pull up to the Spizzy, you know, and because Angela just was like, I'm over this corona shit.
She was, don't hug me, I'm keeping my distance.
Yeah, keeping my distance. So, you know, Donna Faye pulls up and was like, you know, what's up? Where's your nigga? And she was like, I don't know. So,
I haven't seen him.
Let's pause because we're missing a couple. I forgot about fake Kim Kardashian and
oh yeah, I do not want to do them last.
Yeah. Well, we could just do them in like 3 seconds. So anywho,
and have
right.
I call them the methy thruple.
Even though John is still kind of fine though. Anyway,
he's still methy though. He's still methy.
Yeah. Can I just give them the story in 140 because their shit wasn't that interesting.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Okay. So John back in jail, and so Mama want that old thing back, and Shane's like, nah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, at first he was like, okay. Nah, but then he eventually got with it.
He was like, oh, you wanna you just gonna leave me? Like he's like, you just because this nigga's back in jail, and she's like, nah. And he's like, okay, well I really love you, and I fucked up first. And then they decided they was gonna do this. And John said that she called the cops on him because they got in a fight because he was talking to another girl at the strip club.
Oh, yeah.
And they got in a fight, and old girl called the cops on him. And we all know why, but I'm not going to say it because y'all know why. And
not going to Nick Cannon. No.
And that is that on that.
Yeah. That's literally what happened. Like,
back to the real mess. I hollered because when Donna Faye asked Angela where her wedding ring was.
Now, when they showed it in the beginning, and I wasn't sure what it was, and I thought I was like, did this bitch really did that? But I'm like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. But go ahead and tell them what happened.
I thought it was a spider web, and they just got a hold of, like, you know, a piece of jewelry. Thought it was. She goes, I took off my wedding ring and I put it on a string and I have it hanging over the toilet so I can piss over it every time.
Right.
And Donna Faye was like, nah, bitch, no, you didn't really do that. She's like, I damn sure did.
She did.
I'll piss on it. And then Donna Faye's like, bitch, that's sick, but I'm into it. And she's like,
yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And she's like, well, you know what? And Donna Faye has her own confessional outside the Suzuki. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you know, first she tells Angela, don't let him back in. And she said, Well, you know what? I'm happy for the quarantine because it's kept them apart. She's like, and if that's what's gonna keep his ass out of here,
go COVID,
then go Corona. I was like, God damn, not a fan.
Then Angela gonna be like, well, I just need somebody to talk to. Donna said, well, talk to yourself. I do it all the time.
Let me tell you how I hollered. She was like, well, you need to get them thoughts out of your head and talk to yourself.
Because I was like, same.
I talk to myself when there is no one to
I
talk
talk to myself. The problem is when you answer yourself. But then again, I answer myself too, so it don't matter.
I do that too.
I'm like, bitch, what the fuck
I do
you
that
doing?
too.
Well, bitch, okay, yeah. I have full on. There's 6 or 7
dialogue.
niggas that live up here.
Wait, Donna Faye also said, so, oh God, Angela goes, well, I'm thinking about getting me a pen pal.
Yeah.
Because I'm lonely and I just want somebody to talk to. I don't want to have to, I just want somebody to talk to. And Donna Faye goes, well, you need to stop thinking. Because that's what got you in this shit in the first place.
Exactly.
And Angela, like, you know, they're sisters and they talk straight to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then they air fist bump. And, you know, Donna Faye's out. Skirt.
So then, you know.
Tony. Did you peep the reality TV Willie Nelson-esque music?
Mm-hmm. You notice
like
it changes with every pay attention. It changes with every couple because they do it on the actual regular Love After Lockup too. Because I knew I remember paying attention to it last time when we first heard Baby Nuck's music because I was like, why the fuck they only showing Baby Nuck's music anyway? So Tony decides to, you know, get some audacity because that's what niggas have.
The nerve
to show up because, you know, Mama ain't been returning his calls. It's been a month, you know, since
4 months.
So, you ever see that meme where that black girl, that this guy tried to hug this black girl, and she was like, "Whoa, what you doing? What you doing? We never did that before." So Tony pulls up to Angela's house. Mind you, Angela is outside.
She's in the shed, baby.
And she was like, "Who the fuck is pulling up?" Mama pulled out the nigga be cool stick.
She did.
She said, "What are you doing here?" Well, I just thought, Angela. No, you thought wrong.
She's like, what? One of your prostitutes ran off on you today? Yeah. Why are you here?
She drags him at any given moment, and I stand.
And he'd be like, baby. And he kills me in his fucking confessionals because he always says the same shit. Well, if I just touch her and smile, if I just do this, I got it in the bag. He's such a fucking weasel. I wanted her to smack him in his face with the bat. Mm-hmm. I know we don't generally promote that, but in this case, there's always a loophole.
Mm-hmm. And he tried really, really hard to like get in, and she was like, "No, nigga, leave. Go away. Get off my property."
With that nigga be cool stick. Get off my property.
That's literally what happened. And Mama,
and so she's swinging that bat. He's like, "Man, chill with that bat, man."
And he scurried off.
She's like, "You scared or something?"
Mm-hmm. It was, and he scurried off because she was like, "I just really don't."
Like a rat.
Yeah, she was like, "I just don't want this. Go away. Leave me alone." Like.
Her and Sarah are drinking. They sipping from the same juice. And again, while we told them that they are permanently banned from the bitches who got a Clue Club, they are allowed to pitch a tent outside because these bitches are fed up.
Yeah, like you can re-sign up later, like with Weight Watchers. Like I get it. Like sometimes you get off, you stop, and then you get back on the program.
Yeah, or we'll treat it like a temp agency. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a certain like period of time where we can't let you back in. But then, once that lapses, maybe we'll consider you again.
Right. That's exactly what it was. And Angela's not like, she keeps saying like, I'm over it, but you can tell like she won't rule it out either. But from the
she's just hurt.
From the previews though, Mama, is back on the she back on the prowl.
Wearing less and going out more
via Skype.
And they're fighting bigly.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, did she let that nigga back in the house?
Because I'm wondering, how is his parole working? Because he was paroled to her house.
He's been at a CD motel the last 4 months.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Women, when she called that woman, she's like, come get him. I'm sending him off to you.
Come get him. Come get him. Aim.
But that was Life After Lockup, the first episode. This was long, but I'm thoroughly excited that they're back. And we have 3 more episodes left with them before we go back to the ghetto. So
OMG.
I know. It's like when your trade finally take you out during the daylight.
Oh my God.
Let's take another break.
I'm not ready for that.
Let's take another break and we'll be back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is 2 best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, like, as, a pet name, because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between
the
silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Yeah, silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the Platinum Soul album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're back.
Hello.
Yeah, we're back. Remember, October 16th, Guwap Eve. We will be Spotify exclusive.
Yeah.
As you can hear in our nice mastered commercials and ting.
Commercial.
It was not shot by Kenya Moore. Or
Never.
Kim Fields for that matter. Yeah. So, yeah. Goodness gracious. So, Jade went on vacation this past week, right?
DK. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that was. You went upstate.
I went upstate.
And, yeah, she went glamping. And a lot of people don't know that I really love camping, and I used to do it a lot as a kid. So we wanted to talk about the great outdoors.
Yes.
Because we can't go out in them anymore.
And you can. You can go.
Well,
you can go out. You cannot. You cannot.
No.
In other parts of the country, you can. I'm very sorry to all of the California residents right now as you deal with the stupidity of somebody's gender reveal party.
Oregon, it's all of the West Coast.
In addition to many other things that bring a hot element. But I went upstate. We stayed with some friends who moved up there. And so they said, well, we're going to take you to a beautiful hiking trail near Woodstock. So we said, all right, got back in the car and drove up another hour. And when I tell you, the forest we went in was like an enchanted forest. Nigga, if a gnome or an elf would have popped out, I would not have been surprised. It was colorful
like,
mushrooms.
There might have been like a nigga with like a piccolo.
Literally. Mr. Tumnus, if he would have ran by, I wouldn't have been shocked. Like, if there was a wardrobe somewhere, I would not have been surprised. It was colorful mushrooms along the path. Like, it was little riverbanks. We hit like 3 or 4 waterfalls. Like, we climbed rocks. We played in creeks. It was gorgeous. And to make matters better, the gift shop at the start of the hike trail sold like papers and hemp papers and lighters and things, because this is near Woodstock, and they say, we want you to have a wonderful experience. It was lovely.
Wow.
So we go, and being 2 earth signs here, you know, and remember the first time I went camping, I thought I was going to hate that shit. I got my entire life, and I have since learned between my birthday hike, I went on a birthday hike 7.5 miles, nigga. We had to climb rocks like ladders. We were literally climbing to the top of like a small mountain or whatever.
Wow.
But I have since come to realize that I love nature. It grounds me. That 7.5 mile hike felt like it was necessary because I'm grounding. I've been, talking about grounding, and I'm like, maybe my feet needed to just feel the 7.5 miles of nature. And like, so between last weekend and the Enchanted Forest and then the strenuous but necessary hike and all of these things, we wanted to talk about music and our feelings about just Mother Nature and the beautiful great outdoors.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about camping?
About camping specifically, the plot that we stayed on was literally right off the river. And, on the way up there, I was screaming at Tristan about how if I see one critter, when I say critter, I meant snake. If I see one, we are going back to Brooklyn. I'm not sleeping out there. I'm not doing nothing else. When I tell you I got out there, and after I got over my initial fear, we pitched that tent and we went to sleep. We had an air mattress. We blew the air mattress up. It was the best sleep I ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. Sleeping under the stars is so fascinating and so centering.
Yes.
There was when I was a teenager, I had went to these campgrounds where they had like military barracks almost, where it was like, think of it like there was a roof that was like this, and then there was a wall, and then there was a floor, and then everything else was open. Think of it like a TV set. So it was like the fourth wall was open. And it was just us, and they had a little latrine in the corner where it was just a little wooden door. It had no roof still. So it was just a little thing that guarded you from you and other folks. But the toilet was still there, and it was like, nigga, I'm shitting outside. That's what it felt like. Or like I'm showering outside. Like, because the showers were the same setup too. And at first, it's like, this is a little too rustic for your girl. But it's so simple. And it's just like, you know what? Shit don't have to be this way. Food is so much more simple and less complicated. Listen. It's just meat and fire.
Meat and let me tell you something. Nothing goes with meat like fire.
Yeah.
It is just cooking meat over an open fire to a proper temperature elevates that shit. You can take the cheapest cut of steak and just have the most tender, delicious piece of meat just because you cooked it over fire.
Yeah. Genius. I love clamping is so much fun. On your hike, what did you listen to?
Well, so we've created a playlist, and these are songs that I love in the outdoors period, whether it be, I do think we need to do a driving episode, just like our riding music. But these are songs I love to, be in the woods to. These are songs I love to be on the beach to. These are just songs that make me, that I just love to feel. I feel them when I'm outside. And I think I would like to start with River by eBay. Excuse me. eBay.
Come to river. I will come to river. I will come to river.
I absolutely love that song. I think Santana will play it first, or did Tristan play it first and then Santana played it? Regardless, it is just a peaceful song, and it makes you feel connected, and it makes you you just become one with the water, and you can go and look into it if you'd like to. That's not what I'm here for, but I personally love River by eBay. Makes me feel like one with nature and my ancestors and all of those things.
Okay.
Oh, I got plenty of these, baby. I'm ready to go.
So do I.
What you got?
Get it. Let's go. Number one, absolute number one song that will connect you to nature is Aqueous Transmission by Incubus.
Ooh.
Floating down the river. Floating down the river. A song.
A jam.
My goal in life is to, I don't really lust after, well, he's not necessarily white, but he's like white and like some sort of Asian descent. But the lead singer of Incubus is still hot and fine to me.
Listen, get it how you live.
He just be on the beach. He just be on the beach surfing and shit during. I follow him on Instagram. Brandon Boyd is it.
I aspire.
2003, my dreams. But yeah, Aqueous Transition. It's the jam.
That's a good one. My second one, it reminds me more of like that enchanted forest that I went in the other week. And it's Guinevere by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Guinevere and a ground like yours.
Guinevere, that green eyes like yours, lady like yours. It's just so, it just makes you feel like you are in the most magical forest and like you just became friends with, just a forest creature, of some mystical descent. Like it just feels like just a mystical little song, just a magical little enchanted little song. Guinevere by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Okay. Into it. Low key, we started verses, but don't nobody.
Nobody ever gives us our flowers. Sharp entertainment, but go off.
Yeah, it's fine. So my next one is, leader of, white women over 50, Sheryl Crow, "Soak Up the Sun."
Boo!
I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. I'm gonna soak up the sun. That's the jam. Just be outside in the sun.
I told you I hate that song.
Jade muted me because she hates the song. That's so petty.
Okay, so you went with the Incubus, so I'm going to go with something else. Some of them are a little bit more literal and some of them are not. Some of them are just more, they just emote a mood. You know what I'm saying? And there's different moods in nature because there's, like, I literally have different types of songs on this playlist, but there's songs that I enjoy in some variation of nature or at some point of the day and time or what have you. And one that I enjoy while I'm out is Radiohead's Street Spirit. Dan Radiohead.
That took a turn.
What you got?
Sega took it. Oh, I'm bringing it back to black because there, you know, when you get to outdoors, you have to think of the nighttime. And sometimes at night and it's warm, you want to play this song by the Jones Girls, Nights Over Egypt.
Nights over Egypt. Nights over Egypt.
When the sun in the east. Nights over Egypt. Listen, the jam. Nights over Egypt.
Oh, I love that song. Oh, every time they play it at Makosa, it's a magical time. That is a good, like, being outside and, like, just magical summer night type of song.
Nights over Egypt. That bass line and the guitar.
Yes, Noah. Not right now. You can have ice cream after dinner. You can have ice cream after dinner. XD says hi. You can have ice cream after. If you ask me again, you will not get any at all. I said after dinner. My apologies. Where were we?
Nights Over Egypt.
Oh, yes. I love that song. Leon LaHavis, how are you? Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
In the world, get a little bit colder. No, just a little bit older. It's such a pretty song, and it just gives me peace. I love that song. You know, we can feel ways about her, but I love that song.
Wasn't it kind of wonderful, baby? Wasn't it kind of wonderful?
Okay, I'm into it.
What you got?
The song, kind of. I'm going to pull a Jade of all Jades and mention two at once because they go together. Queen of White Nature, Paula Cole. I don't know where. And where have all the cowboys gone?
I too haven't shaved my underarms in quite some time.
Same. We got something in common. Ooh. But yeah, Paula Cole, queen of the tree people.
Oh, well, I'm going to go with another ambiguous British person, and that is Corinne Bailey Rae's Enchantment.
Yeah.
An old jam. Also another peaceful, like, you know, gives you the vibes and the feelings, the vibes.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay. This next one, you know, when you look up in the stars at night when you're camping and you start to think, you know, like, you know what? Nigga, I can be anything that I want to be. You know? The stars are so awe-inspiring. So my next song is by Boris Grandier, Every Nigga is a Star.
XT tags this song to me for certain things on Instagram every time.
I'm not sure.
Every nigga is a star.
Yeah. Every nigga's. Yeah. We are.
It's true.
So we got on Spotify.
I mean, that's the original. I'm rooting for everybody black.
Yeah, sure. Every nigga is a star.
How come when I had to stop by the beauty supply store earlier, my little beauty supply store man was jamming out because he'd be playing videos and listening to the music. Sometimes it's Rihanna, sometimes it's some reggae. He had Jocelyn Brown, somebody else's guy, on it when I tell you he was getting his life.
He going through it.
He was jamming Boots.
Like, who randomly plays that? That's awesome. That's like when I blast CC Peniston. Everybody's like, what?
My cousin said CC Peniston live is the worst thing he's ever seen.
I'm sure.
Me too.
I know that he loves me too.
Whose turn is it?
Mine. Right? I think.
I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay. My next one is for, when you're out in the woods, since we've all been, quarantining, well, some of us have, a lot of you niggas, and that's gender, not gender exclusive.
Every nigga's not.
Have not been. Listen, niggas has been in Tulum posted, okay? Just posted, all right? So, but however, if you're able to just get some fresh air, even to go into your backyard if you're blessed with it, or even on the block, sometimes just go outside and just breathe, stretch, shake, and let it go. So Mace, breathe, stretch, shake.
That is not in my nature playlist, but you go off, Fred.
Stretch, shake, let it go. Breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. Some days I make thousands, some days I make millions. Spend my day chilling, cooch and sway ceilings. Everybody.
That's what you have to do with nature. Breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. Breathe, stretch, shake, let it go.
All right, fair, because so these just be mood. That's not nature. Damn, nature, you scary. I've watched Family Guy a long time. My next one is if you're like walking by the lake, you know what I'm saying, or you just skipping rocks, or you're just walking on the rocks. You just taking it in, and you just need to vibe out a little bit, but it's still very black. Al Green, Simply Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Even from just the opening, just those little like Simply Beautiful. It's just a easy, calm, quiet, beautiful song that just put you in the vibes.
There's a whole lot of things you and I could do.
Yeah. Jam.
What else you got?
I'm trying to give you the heat. You know what I mean? I'm trying to give you something that's worth booyah. You know what I mean?
Are you trying to give me you trying to goop me?
Well, no, I have a list, but I'll just do it. I've been listening to this song a lot, and I think it's because I've as you get older and you feel like, damn, nigga, they were playing that fucking guitar, they did that. So when I think of outdoors, I think of hippie white shit, and I couldn't not have the Eagles Hotel California. It has. Hotel California, like a guitar solo. You hear me?
California. Well, you already know what my OG Eagles jam is forever. You already know that. You know it's I Can't Tell You Why. And that's when you outside in a dark night.
Yeah.
Just having a little toke and getting your best life. But I love the Eagles. What?
I did what you did. I had I had a Nights Over Egypt thing by myself. I got in the shower.
You had a free vacation?
Turned off the lights.
Yes!
I did. I turned off all the lights. I, free issues here working in the other part. And I was like, well, I'm going to go on a little vacation. I turned off the lights. I was singing. I had a wang dang doodle.
I was going to say, how was the waterfall?
It was great, but I also know that I'm going to have to turn it on cold as opposed to hot because it turned into me hot boxing.
Oh yeah, because you was smoking in the shower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what. Listen.
Yeah. Well, the way my bathroom is very because I have a water closet and then I have like the vanity and shit on the outside. So my shower and toilet are in one room, and then my other part, like you close the door and all the rest is open to another part. So it's like in that little door, it's just like it was just nothing but weed and music and
Nigga,
steam.
Let me tell you about how when I get a house, like I'm gonna have to look at my family and be like, it's over for you niggas. I'm getting a shower stool. I am going to go get my whole life in a shower, nigga.
It's a good time.
I'm telling you all, the freest vacation you're ever gonna have. Get real high, turn them lights off, and get in that good shower and play some music. You will feel like you are in the rainforest. Thank you very much. Is it your turn?
It's your turn.
Oh, let's see. This is like at nighttime. When you guys have had a really, really nice night and it's winding down and it's real quiet. You're enjoying the stars and you just sitting out in the air is perfect and it's crispy, but it's not too cold, but it's not too hot. And you can literally just sit out there and just drink, smoke. I'm an orange moon.
Reflecting the light.
Orange Moon by... You see, this is why you can't have no goddamn nature here. You see? Orange Moon by Erykah Badu.
Hey, smile to me. He's smiling. Duran's version is very good. Who also his album came out this week.
It did
on the 16th on his birthday. Happy birthday to him and happy birthday to Crystal.
Yes, happy birthday, Crystal.
And happy birthday to my homegirl Alexis.
All the Virgos in the building.
Yeah.
How good it is. How
good it is.
How good it is. How good it is. A song. Your turn.
It was the day. Okay. So R.Y. Uncle, George Michael, gave us a song called Outside. And here are some
and
of
that's
the
where
lyrics.
wasn't that where he was whacking his little wang wang? Sorry.
I think that was like the bathroom, one of them.
But when he outside of the privacy of his own home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was. Yeah. He was. He was doing things. But no, the chorus goes, "Let's go outside in the sunshine. I know you want to, but you can't say yeah." Yeah.
Well, that sounds quarantine perfect.
I think I'm done with it so far.
Yeah, me. I want to, but I can't say yeah because I can't fucking breathe outside.
I'm sorry, friend. Is
but
it
yeah,
still orange?
outside, George Michael. No, but when I was in Burbank yesterday, it was so bad. Like ash was falling from the sky.
Oh, that sounds like the end.
Yeah, and it was really thick and hard to see. And like when I was on my way back driving, because you got to go through the mountains and shit. And I was on my way back, and it was just like you cannot see. I mean, there's one thing when on a regular day when there's smog, but you could actually get some sort of visibility. Now it's like it's a consistent haze. It's not as heavy as it is like in Northern California, like in San Francisco, was completely engulfed. But like further inland, it's bad.
Oh no! You got to stay inside. You can't be breathing that shit in.
Not going to.
Not doing that. Not doing that. Whose turn is it? Yours?
What
Mine?
you got? It's your turn.
This is, and I put this on a playlist before, but I will not make an outdoors. I will not make a nature playlist without putting this song on there, because there's a time of the day when the sun is going down, and that's the golden time of day. By Frankie Beverly and Maze. I love that song. I played it for it when we went hiking this weekend. It was me, Tristan, Antoinette, and my dear beautiful Mary. Stream Black Bodies Everywhere on Spotify.
Oh, Mary was there too?
Yeah, Mary came. Me, Mary, Antoinette, and Tristan.
Liddy.
Because Mary's part of my quarantine. Like Mary don't see nobody,
I didn't know she was back in New York, but that's.
Oh yeah, so we all went hiking and literally when we were like maybe at 45 minutes from the end, but it was about 5 something in the evening, I played it, and it was just like the sun was beautiful. You could see it from the top of the mountain. We were looking at it. We were like basically on top of the trees. You could see the tops of the trees from up there. And I was like, we got to play Frankie Beverly and Maze, Golden Time of Day. You must play it in the evening after Golden Time of Day. What you got?
Okay, you dropping the heat. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if I want this to be my last song or not. So I'm trying to wait and see. Because it's the perfect outside song.
Okay, so let's do 2 more.
Okay.
And then make that your last one.
Okay. So my second to last one is actually a jazz song. So it's by Sarah Vaughan, and it's called Key Largo. And it's, if you listen to it, it's super smooth, and it's about Key Largo in the Florida Keys. She said in the Moontide. Yeah, it's so calm. It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Key Largo, how empty it seems.
It's so calming and soothing. It is literally about the Florida Keys. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're doing your last. So I'm going to do. So my last selections are a cluster, because I wasn't going to go one episode of playlist without doing one.
Fine, then I'll give you my last one after this.
That's right. Okay. That's what I'll do, my cluster, and then you do the last one, since you want to bring the heat to me, and it better be flames. Obviously, I'm going to end this entire thing with Stevie, and there are so many songs that you can just literally play outside with. Like, you can play Stevie outside in nature and in so many different elements, whether you are at an outdoors party or you're by the river or the ocean or the lake or whatever. And I didn't do anything from The Secret Life of Plants this time. But these particular songs just give me outdoor vibes. Bird of Beauty. First of all, there's a... I'm
gonna text you something to ruin your whole day.
I'm not. Nope. I'm gonna stay right on where I'm in my happy place right now. You can call me Nyla. Looking for Another Pure Love. You are ruining What, did you send it to me already?
Oh, I did. Oh, sorry, wrong person. Not for you, I'm sorry. Sorry. That's what I get for being messy. Hold on. Okay. There you go.
What in the hell? Oh my
But
god.
you see.
My god. It's having a stroke.
Yeah. We'll talk about it on Patreon, what I'm showing Jade. I'll show Jade. I'll talk to you guys on Patreon.
What did you say? Wait, it's having a stroke. What?
I said I will show on Patreon what we was talking about because I can't put that on the page.
You can't put this on Patreon.
Damn it! Okay, fine.
It has drag race eyebrows.
Basically, somebody I know got a Hotep tattoo, and they're gayer than Christmas. So I don't understand.
It's not a lie. It's so
it looked
bad.
Like vivacious, honestly. Like detox up here, and then.
Oh my god, Nikki, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I really do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is so bad. And they're really hype about it. Oh, God bless them. God bless them.
Yeah. Sorry, I just needed to. I couldn't wait. I was like, my bad.
Abe, I'm going to restart my songs because XD tried to ruin a beautiful moment. Actually, no, I'm not going to restart them. It was Bird of Beauty, Looking for Another Pure Love, and Summer Soft by Stevie.
Okay.
Go look all of
You ready
those
for
up
my-
because they are beautiful, amazing songs. Damn, I had more songs.
We'll have to do a part 2 because I like the outdoor theme. This is fun.
Yes.
My very last song, and it is the perfect outdoor song. It is by someone who is the queen of music, queen of lyrics, queen of words. Can you guess what song it is? It's something that they wrote all by themselves, and you can tell because all the songs that they write by themselves sound like it.
No, who is it?
It's Mariah Carey, Underneath the Stars.
Underneath the stars, underneath the stars.
Wait, you think all her songs she writes sound alike?
Think about all the songs that you can tell that she wrote, because if you listen to Underneath the Stars on 4th of July, it's the exact same song. And like she always has to use some like SAT word in it. That's when you can tell she wrote it. And if she didn't write it, you can tell that's when she uses nigger words like what she said, irrelevant in a no. Mariah would never say that. No, she said not irrelevant. She said irregardless.
Oh,
irregardless of what transpired. Mariah wouldn't speak like that. You know, somebody else wrote that.
Well, would she not?
No. Mariah uses shit like intrinsic and like shit in songs. You know what I mean?
Maria.
Like what Beyonce said, when something is so cavalier and Pray You Catch Me, I was like, oh, I know
that?
she didn't write this.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Right. That's a lyric. You ain't write that, mean queen. Who wrote that?
That's a lyric.
Somebody
honey.
British. I was like, ooh. I was like, somebody foreign wrote that bitch.
We have to do another. We gotta do another episode of Nature Jams. Cause I got plenty more.
This was fun. Me too. Surprisingly,
you can find this playlist as well as all episodes of Jaden XD on Spotify exclusively beginning October 16th. Guwap's Eve.
Yes, this particular playlist will be available on Spotify on the 16th, as well as some older playlists. And again, we're partnering with Spotify. Super excited.
Absolutely.
Guwap Eve. Make sure you download the Spotify app if you don't.
It is free.
For free. Freer than you, me, and he.
Butterfly in the Sky free.
Okay. Google free. You know what I mean? Like, it is great. We're having a good time. They're supporting us, and thank you all for supporting us too. But that's the end of the show today.
Absolutely.
Continue to listen. Watch on Patreon because it's about to get spicy on your end.
Fajitas at the restaurant.
Yeah. So that's it for this week.
Abe, cue the music.
Thank you guys. See you all next week. Bye.
You know, you got to add that at the end of a song.
Or when Whitney used to go at the end of songs. How about that?